Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity here. I'm actually not in charge of this project, but I'm here for Jonathan Balkind, who is part of the ArchLab UC Santa Barbara, and I'm here to talk today about the CVA6 vendor-neutral platform project that we're coming up with. So, why actually coming up with a vendor-neutral RISC-V standard? So, fragmentation for RISC-V with all the choices, it's a known risk and it's a known challenge. And it's often important to have a vendor-neutral platform where there is no business stakeholders case making up a platform so that we can test drive implementations. A lot of application class chips have begun to ship, but compliance between those, or binary compliance, remains kind of an issue. And so this is something that we want to tackle with this CVA6 platform. The challenge is, like, which one do you choose? And here the CVA6 platform comes to the rescue because open hardware, it has no business stake in itself, so we don't sell chips. We just give IP away for free, basically. We don't have any biases. And so the platform should be an FPGA-based software CI environment that initially provides kind of client or client-compliant open source process, but later also in the direction of server class. And the main goal is, because it's FPGA-based, running at around 100 megahertz, we can adapt to it. So we can try out new platform specifications. If issues are raised, we can address them, and we can evolve that and make decisions down the road. And so the FPGA CVA6 platform naturally runs slower, just around 100 megahertz, but is actually built on real silicon and not on QAMO. So the platform itself builds on the PMesh coherency fabric that has been part of Princeton's many-core research since 2015. PMesh itself scales to roughly 500,000 cores, and as you can see, it is actually quite agnostic to the core. So this is this bring your own core private cache, as well as you can couple tons of different cores, I think up to 15 different cores. But here we are looking for putting CVA6, which is a single issue in order open source core, into the bring your own core mesh system. It actually has been taped out quite a while, so you can see that there is a Python system with 25 tiles that is mainly Spark, but then a couple of other chips that have already 4 CVA6 cores, and then the Decades chip, which has over 60 RISC-V cores in there. And also Intel has been taping out 8 CVA6 cores based on the Open Python PMesh. So it's silicon proven and it's actually widely used, and you can just pull it off the website and keep it going. So what's new actually is that now this Open Python system, or the CVA6 platform, has been moved into Open Hardware Group. And Fedora and Red Hat is coming to the table as well, providing the software stack, because they have an interest in providing the software on the vendor-neutral platform. So this is based, the final product will be based on FPGAs on EC2, so F1 EC2 instances. So everybody can just rent the EC2 instance, clone it, try out the different cores, dual and octal core system, and they can be used for software CI and provide a vendor-neutral platform. There's a link there to where it's going, and so there's a couple of different stakeholders, like Thales, who is actively working on CVA6, UC Santa Barbara, who provides the research on the Open Python network, AWS, Amazon, where the F1 instance is being running on, Embecosm providing the software stack, BSC, and then Red Hat, as just mentioned. CVA6 itself, as I just mentioned, an in-order single-issue core, where already a couple of different companies are working on it. It is widely parameterizable at this stage. A 64-bit to 32-bit core can be used with F and D extension, can be switched off and on, and even has support for hypervisor extension. It was meant to be Linux capable, so it runs a full stack Linux system, and it is 32 or 64-bit as mentioned, and comes with its own L1 caches. The platform itself maps to small scale and large scale cloud FPGAs, so there's ready to use flows from for the Digiland boards that I've been bringing today here. So that fits a dual core system. but then the Alveo card, for example, fits a 15-core system, a CVA6 system that runs full SMP Linux. And the cloud, as just mentioned, you can just rent a pre-built ACFI. So there's kind of the Amazon lingo for an image that you can pull and pull on the F1 image, and you can rent the FPGA by the hour. So this is exactly what I've just been talking. And this is really cool because you can enable software people that don't have necessarily the experience of building and running FPGAs. You can just give them an already flashed FPGA image in the cloud, and you can use this one to actually run CI regressions, low-level regressions, or something like the Fedora multi-core on it. And yeah, you can actually right now get such an image. And furthermore, I'll skip that one. There is great leadership around the CVA6, so it's really kind of engaging and forming into a cool software and hardware project. Thales has been working a lot on it, providing U-boot, OpenSPI. You can pull your own Yocto distribution, so there's a custom Yocto distribution for CVA6, as well as all the bare metal BSP drivers and so on. Okay, CVA6 today fully supports all the upstream software. So there's upstream U-boot support, there's upstream OpenSPI support, all the Linux changes are upstream, and is actually booting a full-blown Debian distro, and today also brought the Fedora distro here. The future part that is missing is UEFI boot. That is something that we are tackling now. And as you can see, that screenshot actually produced yesterday. You can see that the full stack Fedora is being booted on the on this Xilinx FPGA board on a dual core system, and you can go ahead, play Tetris with it, or do other stuff. The near term for this project is to create an octal core CVA6 cluster that is being deployed to the F1 that can then be used by the software team at Red Hat to port more Fedora work on this system. And I think that brings me basically to the end of this one. I think I have 2 minutes left, and I'll just here on the if you pull this image from the platform, you can just, I'll go to that in a minute, because it's logging in right now, because it's run on an FPGA, it runs around 50 megahertz, and the hashing algorithms and the crypto algorithms are rather slow on the FPGA, not yet optimized. The login takes quite a bit of time, but let me show you so this is the CVA6 platform project, just a slide that I've been mentioning, and be sure to check out the Red Hat talk tomorrow. And there is a small getting started guide in case you want to try it out as well. You can just go ahead into the downloads open hardware group, and then if you scroll to the bottom, you will see that there is a pre-built bit stream for the Genesis 2 board, and there is also a full disk image of the Fedora that I've just been booted on here, and you can put the bit stream on the pen drive, and the FPGA will come up with the bit stream on there, and you will have this dual core system. And then you just need to flash your SD card once, and you'll be running a Fedora Linux like this. So yeah, full-blown Linux. The Tetris also works. I think it's the most important. And it has, as you can see, oops. If you probe it for CPU info, you can see that it actually shows the dual core system having been booted. All compilers, Python, everything. Exactly. Thank you. You want Perfect. Yes, exactly. It has everything. You can try around. Yeah. Even we'll set it up actually at the Open Hardware booth. So if you want to try and hack around with the image, it's full-blown Fedora. It's really cool. And I think that brings me to the end. Thank you so much.